Greetings! Mantrai79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Tier Days! Alright, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, going to edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Lyrical Monasterio's Archangel Twin Wings, Alestiel, White Wing, D-LBT02. And I'm going to be using this Lyrical Monasterio's Archangel Twin Wings, Alestiel, White Wings, D-LBT01 deck as the base of the deck I'm going to build. Alright, let's get started. So going to edit deck, entering edit deck. And here we are. And like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Lyrical Monasterio's Archangel Twin Wings, Alestiel, White Wings deck made up of cards only available up until D-LBT02. So first, let's go to filter settings, pack, show only cards from D-LBT01, Lyrical Melody, and D-LBT02. It's a new school term, apply filter, okay. So first, let's start with the grade 3 lineup. For the grade 3s of this deck we're playing, right deck, grade 3, Archangel Twin Wings, Alestiel, skills for skill, auto as Vanguard. At the beginning of your main phase, choose a card from your bind zone and put into your hand. And if you put a card, bind the top card of your deck face up. Second skill, continuous, White Wings as a Vanguard. During your turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power, plus 1 critical. Third skill, continuous, Black Wings as a Vanguard. During your turn, all your opponent's units get minus 5,000 power. Fourth skill, White Wings is active when your bind only has odd grades, and Black Wings when it only has even grades. So for Archangel Twin Wings Alestiel, it's the main grade 3 to run its deck. Its skills to per skill. At the beginning of your main phase, you can take any card from your bind zone, place it in your hand, and then bind the top card of your deck face up. So for this first skill, it's more or less a good way to add any bind zone card to your hand and to later bind the top card of your deck to give you the chance to activate either White Wings or Black Wings, which is the White Wings ability is during your turn, your Vanguard Alestiel gets 5,000 power plus 1 critical. So for the second skill, as long as White Wings is active, you'll be able to pressure your opponent with the increased power and critical to your Vanguard. And the third skill, as long as Black Wings is active, during your turn, all of your opponent's units, Vanguard and Rearguard included, lose 5,000 power. So for this third skill, as long as your Black Wings is active, it'll make you easier to pressure and potentially finish off your opponent by weakening their power with the third skill. And so for Archangel Twin Wings Alestiel, we got 4 in the deck, 1 the right deck, leaving that way. Next up, the grade 3 Incessant Vocal, Alkel, skills for skill, auto as a rearguard. When your Vanguard's placed, cost, bind this unit and draw a card. Second skill, auto. When this card's bound, your card's White Wings and Black Wings are both active until the end of your opponent's next turn. So for Alkel, she's a support card for the Alestiel deck. For skill, the first skill, while as a rearguard, when your Vanguard's placed, if you bind your rearguard Alkel, you can draw a card. So for this first skill, it not only will let you draw a card, but it'll also let you activate its second skill, which is when this card is bound, your card's White Wings and Black Wings are both active until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this third skill, when you bind Alkel for the remainder of your turn until the end of your opponent's next turn, you'll be able to use both your White Wings and Black Wings ability to potentially pressure and finish off your opponent. So for the second skill, it can also be comboed with the first skill. So when you bind Alkel from your rear guard, the second skill can activate. So the first and second skills combo to let you not only draw a card, but to let you activate both White Wings and Black Wings. And so for Incessant Vocal Alkel, we got 4 in the deck, leaving that way. Next up, the grade 3 Brainy Player, Babel. Not going to play this card anymore, taking it out and replacing it with, let's see, the grade 3. We're putting in the grade 3 Enveloping Compassion, Torkel, skill, auto, White Wings, active when bind only as odd grades, auto as the rear guard. When this unit attacks, this unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of battle. At the end of the battle, you may put this card into your soul. So for Torkel, she's another support card for the Alestiel deck. Her skill, as long as White Wings is active, when your rearguard Torkel attacks, she gets plus 10,000 power. And at the end of battle, you may choose to or not to move your rearguard Torkel to the soul. So for Torkel, her skill, As long as White Wings is active, she can turn her into potential 23,000 point attacker, and at the end of battle, she can also serve as a good way to restock your soul for later soul blast. So for Enveloping Compassion Torkel, we're putting 4 into the deck, okay? Next up, the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2 is deck we're playing. Right deck, Grade 2. Shining Ziz, Alestiel. Skills for skill, auto. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard circle, choose a card from your bind zone, put it on the bottom of your deck, and put a card. If you put a card, bind the top card of your deck face up. Second skill, action, White Wings as Vanguard, once per turn, counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, this unit gets +1 critical until end of turn. Third skill, continuous, Black Wings as a Vanguard. During the battle this unit attacked, your opponent cannot call trigger units from their hand to Guardian Circle. Fourth skill, White Wings is active when your bind only has odd grades, and Black Wings when it only has even grades. So for Shining is Alestiel, she's the main Grade 2 to bind this deck. For skill, when written on the Vanguard, you can take any card from your bind zone and put it in the bottom of the deck, then bind the top card of your deck. So for this first skill, it's a good way to activate the second and third skills. Just for whatever card you bind from this first skill, will let you activate either White Wings or Black Wings, which is the second skill, White Wings. As long as White Wings is active, you can pay a counterblast of 1 to give your Vanguard Alestiel +1 critical. So for the second skill, as long as you've got White Wings active and you can pay a counterblast, you'll be able to pressure your opponent early with the increased critical from your Vanguard. And the third skill, Black Wings, as long as Black Wings is active, during the battle, your Vanguard Shining Ziz Alestiel attacks the opponent. They cannot guard that attack with trigger units from their hands to the Guardian Circle. So for this third skill, as long as you have Black Wings active, you can restrict your opponent's options to defend against your Vanguard attack by making them unable to guard trigger units. So for Shining Ziz Alestiel, we got one the right deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 2 Advent Stroke Shadell. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. And now for the Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1 this deck we're playing. Right deck, Grade 1, Indecisive Sky, Alestiel, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard circle, bind the top card of your deck. Second skill, continuous, White Wings as a Vanguard. When you would write from your right deck, you may Soul Blast 1 instead of choose a card from your hand discarded. Third skill, continuous, Black Wings as a Vanguard. All of your opponent's Grade 1 or less rear guards cannot attack this unit. Fourth skill, White Wings is active when your bind only has odd grades, and Black Wings when it only has even grades. So for Indecisive Sky Alestiel, she's the main Grade 1 to run this deck. For skills, the first skill, when you write Indecisive Sky as Alestiel as your Vanguard, you can bind the top card of your deck. So for this first skill, it will give you the chance to activate either the second and third skills, White Wings or Black Wings, depending on what card you bind this first skill. So for the second skill, as long as White Wings is active, when it's time to write from your right deck during your right phase, you have the option to, instead of discarding a card from your hand, you can Soul Blast 1 instead. So for the second skill, it's a good way to conserve your hand early by choosing to give up a card from your soul instead of a card from your hand for the right deck cost. And the third skill, as long as Black Wings is active, your opponent cannot attack your Vanguard with any Grade 1 rear guards. So this third skill is a very powerful defensive skill. As long as Black Wings is active, your opponent cannot lay out any early damage on you by making him unable to attack your Vanguard Indecisive Sky Alestiel with any Grade 1 rear guards. And so for Indecisive Sky Alestiel, you got one the right deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 1 Wings with Rainbow Glow, Eremiel, skill, auto, White Wings, active when bind only its odd grades, auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, if your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, cost, counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, choose one of your rear guards. And for every 3 of your units with odd grades, they get plus 5,000 power, +1 critical at the end of turn. You cannot choose the same unit twice. So for Eremiel, she's a support card for the Alestiel deck. For skill, as long as White Wings is active when you call to the rear guard, if your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, you have the chance to activate a counterblast of 1 to give one of your rear guards 5,000 power and +1 critical for every 3 units on your field with odd grades, both Vanguard and rear guard included. So for Eremiel, she's a good way to not only pressure your opponent, but to give you the chance to finish them off with the increased power and critical her skill offers. And so for Wings of Rainbow Glow Eremiel, we got 4 in the deck, leaving that way. Next up, the Grade 1 Cloudless Heart, Miel, skill, auto, White Wings, active when bind only its odd grades, auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, cost, counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a card with 8,000 power from your drop zone and put it into your hand. So for Miel, she's a support card for the Alestiel deck. Her skill, as well as White Wings, is active. When you call her to the rearguard circle, by paying the cost of Counter Blast 1 and Soul Blast 1, you can take any unit card from your drop zone with 8,000 power and return it to your hand. So for this skill, Miel will let you take any 8,000 power unit to return your hand to potentially call for attacking, boosting, or to activate a skill to later benefit you in your later game strategy. And so for Cloudless Heart Miel, we got 4 in the deck, leaving that way. Next up, the Great One, Unwelcoming in Private, D-LBT02, Sentinel, Perfect Guard, skills for skill, Continuous Sentinel, second skill, auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units. It cannot be hit until the end of the battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from hand, discard it. So for D-LBT02, she's a Perfect Guard for the Lyrical Monasterio Nation. Like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, she features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding a card from your hand, you can block one enemy attack. But she also features an ability unique to all D standard format Perfect Guards. It is when you guard with it, and if you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making D-LBT02 a potential no-cost Perfect Guard in desperate last resort situations. So for Unwelcoming in Private D-LBT02, we got 4 in the deck, leaving that way. Next up, the Great One, Sky Quivering Motion Malabel. Not gonna play this card anymore to gain out. And replacing it with the Great One, let's see. Replacing with the Great One. Replacing with the Great One. Great One, Happiness Distribution, Danielle, skill, auto, White Wings, active when bind only its odd grades. Auto as a rearguard, when this unit at boost, cost Soul Blast 2. If the cost is paid, choose one of your other units, and it gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn for each of your other units of odd grades. So for Danielle, she's a support card for the Alestiel deck. Her skill, as long as White Wings is active, whenever Danielle boosts from your rearguard, as long as you don't mind paying the cost of Soul Blast 2, you can choose one other unit on your field, Vanguard or rearguard, and give it plus 5,000 power for each of your other units of odd grades, Vanguard or rearguard included. So for Danielle, she's a good way to stack up power to either your Vanguard or rearguard by making use of the number of odd grade units on your field to amplify their power. So for Happiness Distribution Danielle, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, next up, the Great One, Spokesperson of Heavenly Voice, Hair Gel, skill, auto, White Wings, active when bind only its odd grades, auto, when this unit is placed in the rearguard circle from hand during your main phase, cost Counter Blast 1, if the cost is paid, choose a card of the White Wings ability, not named Spokesperson of Heavenly Voice, Hair Gel from your drop zone and call it to an open rearguard circle. Silver Hair Gel, she's a support card for the Alestiel deck. Her skill, as long as White Wings is active, when you call her to the rearguard circle from your hand during your main phase, by paying a cost of Counter Blast 1, you can take any White Wings ability possessing unit from your drop zone other than Hair Gel and call it to an open rearguard circle. Super Hair Gel, her skill is as long as White Wings is active, paying the cost, you can take any White Wings card, not Hair Gel, from your drop zone that calls the rear guard to potentially attack with, boost with, or to make use of its skill for your later game strategy. And so for Spokesperson of Heavenly Voice Hair Gel, we're putting 3 into the deck, okay? Next up, the Grade 0 lineup. For the Grade 0 deck, we're playing Ride Deck, Grade 0, Monochronic Personality, Alestiel, skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Monochronic Personality, Alestiel, she's the starting unit of this deck. Her skill, when reading the top up, if you went second, draw a card. For Monochronic Personality, Alestiel, we got 1 the right deck, leaving that way. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we're playing Grade 0, Original Style, El Shuka, Critical Trigger. Not gonna play this card anymore to gain out. The Grade 0, Glutton Nora, Critical Trigger. Not gonna play this card anymore to gain out. The Grade 0, Diligent Follower, Sigil, Draw Trigger. Not gonna play this card anymore to gain out. And in their place, we're putting in the triggers. The Grade 0, Precious Tune and Witch, Critical Trigger, Skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Ed Wish, she's a powerful critical trigger to play in your Lyrical Monasterio decks. For skill, after boosting an attack, regardless if the attack is or not, as long as you don't mind moving Ed Wish from your rear guard into the soul, you can give one other unit in your field, Vanguard or rear guard, plus 2,000 power. So for Ed Wish, she's a good way to not only restock your soul for later soul blast, but to also give the remaining attackers on the field a little extra power to work with. So for Precious Tune and Wish, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, there we go. Next, the Grade 0, Wings Dancing in the Blue Skies, Antia, critical trigger, putting 3 into the deck. Next up, the Grade 0, Transparent Snowy Knight, Baratoi, draw trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unique is plus 5,000 shield. So for Baratoi, she's a powerful draw trigger to play in your Lyrical Monasterio decks. Her skill, when used to guard with while your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, she gets plus 5,000 shield, making Baratoi into a potential 10,000 point shield all on her own. So for Transparent Snowy Knight Baratoi, we're putting 4 into the deck, okay? And last but not least, the Grade 0, Blessing Diva, Grizel, Overtrigger, skill, trigger, additional effect. During this fight, you get during your turn, all of your rear guards gets plus 10,000 power. So for Grizel, she's an Overtrigger for the Lyrical Monasterio Nation. Like any other Overtrigger in the Cardfight Vanguard Trinity card game, she features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw a card, but she also features a skill that's unique to her. The skill is, when revealed during a drive check on your turn, for the remainder of the fight, during your turn, all of your rear guards gets plus 10,000 power. So for Grizel, she's an Overtrigger that's best revealed as soon as possible during your turn in a drive check. For the earlier you reveal her in a drive check on your turn, for the remainder of the fight, all of your rear guards get plus 10,000 power. This Overtrigger skill will make it easier for you to potentially pressure and finish off your opponent with a near continuous boost of 10,000 power to all of your rear guards. So for Blessing Diva Grizel, we got 1 in the deck, leaving that way. And if that, the deck's been built, Cardfight explained, so saving the deck. Overhead deck being built, yes. And for the cards in this deck, we're playing 4, Grade 3, Archangel Twin Wings, Alestiel. 4, Grade 3, Incessant Vocal, Alestiel. 4, Grade 3, Enveloping Compassion, Torkel. 1, Grade 2, Shining Ziz, Alestiel. 4, Grade 1, Wings with Rainbow Glow, Aramel. 4, Grade 1, Cloudless Heart, Niel. 4, Grade 1, Unwelcoming in Private, Deziel. 1, Grade 1, Indecisive Sky, Alestiel. 4, Grade 1, Happiness Distribution, Danielle. 3, Grade 1, Spokesperson of Heavenly Voice, Archangel. 1, Grade 0, Monochrome Personality, Alestiel, starting unit. And for the triggers of this deck, we're playing 7 critical triggers, 4 draw triggers, 4 heal triggers, and 1 Overtrigger, Grizel. Alright, the deck's been built, cards explained. Now it's time to test out the deck, so let's leave the edit menu, return to main menu, go into fight menu, and CPU fight. Selecting the deck I just built, the Archangel Twin Wings, Alestiel, White Wings, D-LBT02 deck. There we go. Then just selecting deck, now choosing the opponent. Let's see, for a good opponent to test it out on, let's see, I'll test it out on, let's see, who should I test it out on? White Wings, specialized in giving myself more critical, so I'll use it against, I guess I'll use it on Masaru Kita, normal difficulty, and the battle begins. Let's get started. And here we are in the fight, so deciding who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors and rock, I lose, going second. Alright, drawing our starting hands. I got 2 Great 1 Miel, a Perfect Guard, a Great 1 Danielle, and a Alestiel for Persona Writing. Not a bad draw, so I guess I'll hold on to the Perfect Guard and the Alestiel naturally for Persona Writing, and so I guess I'll hold on to one of each of these great ones. I'll just return the second copy in my hand. Redraw. Grade 3, not bad. Alright. Now it's my opponent's going first. He rides the great one. Deep Sonicer. Skill Deep Sonicer. He soul charges. Yes, he soul charged the Kyo trigger. Nuts. My turn. I draw. I ride from the right deck. Indecisive Sky. Alestiel. For the right deck cards, I'm discarding. I guess I'll. I gotta hold on to the Perfect Guard and the Persona Ride and the Grade 3 for attacking with, so I gotta hold on to Miel and Danielle. I'll just discard the second copy in my hand. Discard. Ride. Indecisive Sky, Alestiel, monocard personalities, Alestiel skill, I draw a card. The card I drew was Grade 3, Alkel, not bad. Then I activate Indecisive Sky, Alestiel skill, bind the top card of my deck. The top card is... Trigger, Black Wings. Okay, Black Wings skill active. My opponent cannot attack me with Grade 1 rear guards. Not too bad, I guess, so... I guess I'll just... Go straight for the attack, go in the battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, AK, the attack goes through, drive check. No trigger, okay. 1 damage to my opponent, boom, damage check. Perfect Guard, nice, no trigger. So that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent is going to ride the Grade 2, Electro Spartan. He calls Selfish Engraver, okay. Vanguard to Vanguard, 10k to 8k, no guard, take the hit. My opponent drive checks, no trigger, nice. So 1 damage to me. Ow! Damage check. Yes! Draw trigger, just what I needed. Power to Vanguard, and I draw a card. My over trigger came out, come on! At least his remaining attack cannot attack. My turn, I ride from the right deck. Shining Exists Alestiel. For the right deck cards, I'm discarding. Let's see, gotta hold on to the Persona Ride and the Perfect Guard and the Grade 3s for attacking and using their skills. Gotta hold on to the Overtrigger. So I guess I can use my Miel skill to return a 8,000 point attacker from my drop zone to the hand. The only card 8,000 points in my hand is Airmail, so okay. I'll discard Airmail for the right deck cards. Right, Grade 2, Shining Exists Alestiel, Alestiel skill, move a card from my bind zone to the bottom of the deck and bind the top card of my deck. Yes, White Wings active! My Vanguard skill, Counterblast 1. And give my Vanguard +1 critical. Next up, I'm calling to the rear guard. I call Danielle to the back row, and I call Miel to the front row, and Edwidge to the back row. There we go. Alright, that should be enough. Going to battle phase. First up, boosted by Edwidge, my Miel attacks the rear guard, Selfish Engraver, 11k to 10k. Yes, the attack goes through, and boom! 1 rear guard down. Next, I activate my Edwidge's skill. After boosting, it goes to the soul and give 2,000 power to 1 unit on my field. I give it to my Vanguard, Alestiel. Now boosted by Danielle, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. 19,000 power. 2 criticals. Not gonna activate the skill. The attack goes through. Drive check. No trigger, okay. 2 damage to my opponent. Light rains down, boom, damage check, 1, no trigger, order card, and second check. Yes, critical trigger, he wasted a trigger. Trigger effects wasted. Okay. Then, that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent is going to ride the Grade 3, Master of Gravity, Barrel Madness, Electro Spartan skill, he moves a card from the hand to the soul, and soul charges, okay. He calls Engraver and Curtis. Curtis' skill, he soul charges 2. The cards added by soul charge. Hold on, let me check. Yes, hold on. The previous soul charges added a Spartan, Barrel Madness. Yes, his Overtrigger and a Clumsy Assistant. Nice. 1 less card to Persona Ride with, and his Overtrigger's out of the deck too. So Alright, I gotta stop getting any extra cards in Soul, so I'll guard this attack with... Okay, this is a tough choice. I guess we don't have a choice. I can't let him build up any Soul cards, so I'll guard this attack with my Archangel. 15k, the attack is blocked. And safe. Here comes the Vanguard, Barrel Madness at 13k. He's using his skill. Nope, not using the skill, so no guard. Take the hit. He twin drives, first check. Draw trigger. He gets a card and gives power to Curtis. Second check. Critical trigger, come on, double trigger. Critical to Vanguard and power to rear guard. Not good. Alright, here comes 2 damage. Light rains down and out. Damage check first. No trigger, Alestiel, and second check. Come on, something good. No trigger, come on. Curtis attacks at 33k. I don't have enough to guard with, so no guard, 50 attack. Here comes. Light rains down. Out. Damage check. Critical trigger, wasted a trigger. Trigger effect wasted. Okay, then that's the end of my opponent's turn. My turn, stand and draw. Okay, I ride from the right deck, Archangel, Twin Wings, Alestiel. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding. Okay, I gotta hold on the Perfect Guard and the Persona Ride and the Alestiel and Turkel for attacking with as well. And the Overtrigger for defense, so I'll just discard the second copy of Turkel in my hand. Right, Archangel, Twin Wings, Alestiel skill. I take a card from my bind zone and move it to my hand. I'm taking the Great One. The Great One, Airmail goes to my hand and I bind a Turkel, White Wings active. Nice. Okay, then my Vanguard gives plus 5,000 power plus 1 critical thanks to White Wings being active. So I'm gonna move Miel to the back row and call to the rear guards. Alestiel, Turkel, and Wings of Rainbow Glow, Eremiel to the rear guard. Call. Then Eremiel skill, I counterblast 1. Give 1 unit on my field plus 5,000 power and plus 1 critical for every odd grade. I give it to Turkel and Alestiel. No, hold on. Yep, give him to Alestiel. There we go. Power and critical added. That should be enough. So, alright, going to the battle phase. First up, boosted by Danielle. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 25k. Then I'm gonna activate Danielle's skill. I Soul Blast 2 cards, Soul Blast 1 and 2. I choose 1 unit on my field. I give it to, let's see, Turkel for a skill, 28k plus 7, 31k. Alestiel, 18 plus 8, 26k, okay. 26 and 35, okay. I give the power to the Alestiel. Alright, my opponent double guards, 33k, 38k to the pass, first check, no trigger, and second check. Yes, critical trigger! My attack does not go through, but I'll give the critical and power to Turkel. There we go. Power and critical added. And my attack is blocked. Next, boosted by Miel. My Turkel attacks the Vanguard. Skill activated. I give her 10,000 power. There we go, 10,000 power. 45k, 3 criticals. My opponent Perfect Guards, not good. Next, he discards for the Perfect Guard cost a Grade 2. Okay, the attack is blocked. Now boosted by Airmail, my wait, not gonna activate Turkel's skill, so boosted by Airmail, Alestiel attacks the Vanguard, 51k, 2 criticals. The attack goes through, and light rains down, boom, 2 damage, first. Yes, critical trigger, he wasted a trigger. Trigger effects wasted. And second check. No trigger. Okay. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent's going to activate the order card. Supernatural Extraction. He can soul charge 3. Okay. He soul charges. Now he has more than 10 cards in soul. He can now give Bear Madness his power and critical with his own skill. Curtis his skill. He adds power to the front row. Okay. Okay, I gotta conserve my hand to block the Vanguard and Curtis, so I'll just let Engraver go through. No guard, take the attack. Here it comes. Ow! Damage check. Yes! Draw trigger, just what I needed. I draw a card, power to Vanguard. I drew a critical, not too bad. Here comes the no, Engraver's skill. He soul charges. Vanguard to Vanguard. His Vanguard skill. He's going to give power and critical to his Vanguard. 28k, okay. Then I'm going to Perfect Guard with Alestiel. For the Perfect Guard cost, I'm going to discard. I'll discard the Great One, Danielle for the cost. Discard. Twin Drive, first check. No, draw trigger, come on! Alright, he gives power to Curtis and draws a card. Second check. No trigger, Barrel Madness, not good. He can Persona right next turn, so I can't let him get next turn, so okay, attack block that survived. Here comes Curtis at 28k. I guard with Edwidge, 38k, attack blocked. I survived. Okay, there we go, safe. That's the end of my opponent's turn. It's my turn, stand and draw. Okay, I Persona Ride, Archangel, Twin Wings, Alestiel. Persona Riding and Elkel skill. When a Vanguard is placed, I bind her from the rear guard. Bind Elkel, draw an extra card. I drew another Alestiel. Nice, I can Persona Ride again, and with Elkel now in the bind zone, both White Wings and Black Wings is active. There we go. Next, my Alestiel skill. I take one card from the bind zone to move to my hand. I'm taking Torkel to my hand. Bind the top card of my deck. It's a critical trigger, not good. Alright, next I'm going to... Okay, I think I know what to do. So first I'm going to call Niel over... Let's see, I'm gonna call my Niel on top of Aramel. Yep, gonna do that. Call Niel on top of the rear guard Aramel. Call Niel skill, I counter blast 1. And soul blast 1. I can take any 8,000 point card from my drop zone to add to my hand. I'm taking the Great One, Wings of Rainbow Glow Aramel, add to hand. Okay, there we go. Next, I'm gonna call to the front row, Enveloping Compassion, Torkel. Call Torkel. Now I'm gonna call Aramel on top of... Let's see, I'm gonna call Aramel on top of Niel on the left side. Call. There we go, call. And then Aramel's skill, I counterblast 1. And select 2 units. They get plus 5,000 power, plus 1 critical for every 3 other odd grades on the field. So I give them 1 and 2 to my front row Torkels. Power and critical added. There we go. And next I'm going to... Should I call Edwidge to make use of its skill? I guess I could. So, okay, I'm gonna call Edwidge over... I'm gonna call Edwidge over Miel. Call. Alright, that should be enough. So, go into the battle phase. First up, boosted by Danielle, my Alestiel attacks the Vanguard. 35k, 2 criticals. Danielle's skill, I soul blast 2 cards, 1 and 2. Give 5,000 power to 1 odd grade unit. For every other odd grade, I give it to the right side, Torkel. 48k on the right side. My opponent perfect guards my Vanguard. He discards for the perfect guard cost a... Yes, Bear Madness, okay. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, perfect guard, not bad. Second check. No trigger, great one, okay. So the attack is blocked. Then next, boosted by Edwidge, my right side. Torkel attacks the Vanguard, 52k. Then Torkel's skill, plus 10,000 power to herself. Total 62k, 2 criticals to the Vanguard. Yes, the attack goes through, and light rains down, boom! Damage check first. Yes, critical trigger, he cannot heal. Trigger effects wasted. And okay, 6 damage, I win! Huh, not too bad. I got to try out some of the new cards and make use of these skills pretty well. So I got win, attack 60,000 more power, perfect guarded, did it for Solarite, 6 turns passed, retired 5 more opposing units, bound 5 more cards, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. I got 2250 VP, total 36,575 VP, press A to go next, leaving the fight, returning to the fight menu. Leaving the fight menu, return to main menu. Back to main menu, go into edit deck menu, and of that, the deck's been built, cards explained, and I just finished testing out the deck in front of you. And so that's just about all the time we have for today. First up, I want to say thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show your support by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that, I say goodbye and see you all soon.